And we are following breaking news out of Henry County. That's where a man is in a standoff with police. Investigators say he shot 2 officers and is holding a teenage boy hostage.
Well, police don't know if the boy is the only hostage, but officers tell us they have seen blood and believe someone inside that house is injured. Now, this standoff has been going on for more than 6 hours now. Good evening to you. I'm Sine Simpson.
And I'm Kerry Charles. Tom has the night off. This is all happening in the Eagles Ridge subdivision. That's off of Flippin Road, just off of I-75 in Henry County.
Well, here's what we know right now. Police went to the house on a domestic disturbance call. A man inside shot 2 officers. Now, neither has life-threatening injuries. We're told the man is holding at least 1 hostage, a 16-year-old boy.
We have live team coverage of the hostage situation and the shootings. Let's start with Fox 5's Claire Sims, who has been on this scene all day. Claire, what can you tell us?
Good afternoon, Carrie. Investigators say they have had sporadic conversations with the man inside the home here in the Eagle Ridge subdivision. At one point, they say he agreed to let that teenager go, but so far we have not heard that has happened, and the standoff continues. The concern grows deeper with every passing hour as law enforcement try to negotiate with a man they say shot 2 Henry County police officers Thursday morning and has a teenage hostage.
It's very dangerous. You've got a potential armed suspect. He's fired at 2 officers. We can't get very close to the house. We're just trying to wait out as much as we can.
According to police, fire, EMS, and officers responded to a call in the Eagles Ridge subdivision for unknown trouble just before 11 a.m. Investigators say a woman had come by a relative's home and called 911, distraught about what she saw. When police entered the house, that's when they say the man inside opened fire, hitting 1 officer in the hand, the other in the leg and the chest. Relatives of a woman who lives at the home rushed to the scene and say they were in communication with the gunman.
He told the police to stand off. We are fearful. We don't know what's going on. We just want somebody to communicate with us. That's the only thing that we want. We just want somebody to be able to just let us know if she's okay.
Investigators say at this point they're not sure whether there is a woman inside the house nor whether she is all right.
There may be another victim in the home. There was some evidence of that when we arrived on scene, and I can't confirm it.
Now, investigators have not released the names of the 2 police officers who were shot in all of this, although they say both of them are in stable condition, their injuries non-life-threatening. They did say that both of them are veteran officers in their 30s who have been with the Henry County Police Department for about 7 years. This is a developing story. We will continue to bring you updates throughout this newscast. We are live in Henry County. Claire Sims, Fox 5 News.
In fact, medics rushed the injured officers to Grady Hospital. One of them was taken by helicopter.
Yeah, the other went by ambulance with a police escort. Fox 5's George Franco joins us live now from Grady. And George, we've seen family, friends, and fellow officers rush there to the hospital this afternoon.
Absolutely, Carrie and Sine, and fair to say that it's been a nervous and hectic day for friends and family members of the 2 officers involved in this shooting. Let's go to some video now, show you a little bit more of what we are talking about. We're told one of the officers arrived by ground transport in an ambulance, and the other officer brought here by air transport in a helicopter. After all the commotion of them arriving here shortly after the 2 officers did get here at Grady, police, friends, and family members started arriving, including the in-laws of one of the officers.
Army veteran.
Army veteran?
2 tours in Iraq, Afghanistan, and he's been on the force for a while. And it's just a terrible accident, tragedy, not a tragedy, but an accident.
Yeah, they were both struck. I do not believe they returned fire. They were able to get in the residence and then safely evacuate. One of the officers did probably assist the other officer in getting out of the home. One officer, I was told, struck in the hand, and the other officer was struck in the upper torso area and in the hip area.
I just spoke to a couple of Henry County police officers who didn't want to go on camera, who had just visited with the 2 injured officers here at Grady Hospital, and they told me, quote, they're both okay after visiting at their bedside. I also spoke to the individual, the in-law that we spoke to a little while ago, and he said he wanted to say thank you to the community for all of the prayers, and also thank you to the Clayton County Police Department for escorting he and his wife here to Grady Hospital. But more than anything, he and his wife had a big thanks and also a big sigh of relief that the 2 injured officers, including their son-in-law, are now recovering with non-life-threatening injuries. At Grady Hospital, I'm George Franco, Fox 5 News.
All right, thank you so much, George. The Eagles Ridge neighborhood remains blocked off tonight because of this standoff.
People have been shut out for most of the day, including worried parents who rushed home when they learned of the shootings and standoff.
Well, Fox 5's Doug Evans joins us live with the story. And Doug, a lot of extra kids were home because this is spring break.
That's right, spring break for public school kids in Georgia. You know, it's been a tense day for everyone involved, certainly the police officers that are involved in the standoff right now, but also for the hundreds of people who have been waiting to get back into their neighborhood, or even worse, waiting because they have loved ones trapped inside. The SWAT standoff in the Eagles Ridge subdivision had been going on for several hours when parents were finally reunited with children home for spring break and trapped inside. That was the case for 10-year-old Taiwan Leonard, whose house is near the standoff.
Look at my cake. I ain't got no words.
Reunited with his father, 10-year-old Taiwan says police sneaked him out of his home and through the neighborhood.
They got me out by going behind on the fence. They got us out by going behind the fence and then walking around.
Was that scary?
No.
You weren't scared?
Were you scared, Dad?
Yes, I was scared. I'm still scared.
The streets around the Eagles Ridge subdivision were closed for hours. Delivery services were stymied on how to navigate all the police roadblocks. So were other families with their own unique reasons for wanting to get home.
I just ran over to the pharmacy to get some medicine, and I left my 5-year-old son with my dad that's sickly, and now I can't get back to him.
Although lives and routines were disrupted, there was also enormous sympathy for the injured police officers from those waiting for the drama to end.
Man, first I've seen this happen. Never seen nothing like this before. Just crazy, man. I can't even explain what's really going on.
Looking live on Banks Road at this hour, we believe that is the entranceway to the subdivision. You see all of the police activity. That's just some of it. There is a lot of police officers on the scene here, not only from Henry County, but also Clayton County Police, Clayton County Sheriff's officers here as well. And it's just a very, very busy scene right now. If you can avoid this area, and I guess we can pull back, and we've seen this roadblock right here on Banks Road and Ty Street. You see the officers working behind me, directing traffic. If you can stay out of the area tonight, I would certainly try. Live in Henry County, Doug Evans, Fox 5 News.
We have continuing coverage on this story on fox5atlanta.com and in the Fox 5 Atlanta app. We will also bring you live updates and any developments during this newscast.